pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll calls today?
I don't think mine's on. I'll just move on. Cindy Assey? Here. Tom Tice?
Here.
Haley Rondo?
Here.
Anthony Sobek?
Here.
Cindy Smith is here.
Any additions, deletions, or corrections to the agenda? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve it.
Approve the agenda as without any motions.
As presented.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the agenda as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Any public comment?
Why are you looking at me, Anthony?
Wow.
No? I did order the grill for the park, or the ball diamond over here. I just need to get it installed. The Mennonites were talking about helping me, so I'll see how that goes. They are having a community, all the community schools are coming here this weekend, and they're gonna play ball. The girls are gonna sing, whatever, it'll be a busy place this weekend. And the buoys are in at the North End Park. For some reason this weekend, somebody decided to move them out. So we now have a flat buoy, and I'm gonna ask Nick if he can pull it back where it belongs. Because that is a permitted. So I don't want to have any issues with not following permit. Otherwise, I don't think there's any.
Is it swim buoys that you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know, you just said buoys.
Also, I did talk to R.S. Scott because we have a parking issue down there. I did two things. I called Goodrich's and asked them for a price. I still haven't got it, and I asked after the last meeting. And I talked to R.S. Scott about the possibility of another grant. Because usually they like you to wait for like 5 years before you apply for those grants again. But they called down and talked to them. They told them how much the park was being used. And they said it's very feasible and possible that if we need help, as long as it's being used, it's not something that they're granting us money for that's just sitting there. Mark also said that we could look at a transportation grant. What we're looking at right now is adding 25 parking spaces, a paved path down the other side, and connecting to the sidewalk that's there. So if they're going there to swim, it would be for vehicles only. If they're going there to swim, they don't have to even go out in the parking lot. They can park and walk. They're thinking 70,000, 80,000. I don't know how to compare it because I haven't gotten anything back from Goodrich.
I was trying to think of what the school spent on their parking lot this summer.
Well, I called
It was
Anthony.
like 600.
Yeah. Well, I called Anthony down at Smokies and asked him if he would tell me what his was, but he already had gravel.
Yeah.
We don't have, there's some brushy trees we're gonna have to pull out and stuff like that to get all the way across the park. So it was the same. But I think Anthony's is bigger than what we would do. I think there's probably 50 parking spots in his.
Yeah, it's pretty big here.
It's a pretty big area. It's usually full. So that's all I got. Did everybody have a chance to review the minutes from our June meeting? Make a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve the June 2025 meeting minutes.
Support.
With no changes?
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the minutes as presented by the clerk. All in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Do we have to do anything with this committee?
No.
I don't think so. I'm just checking, make sure. Haley, I have been getting a lot of good reports on the newsletter. Thank you for taking that and doing it.
Oh,
Good job. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I started collecting taxes. And the shared revenue, Michigan State made a deposit, and it always goes into S1, so I'll move it into S3 for interest. I thought, no opposition to that. But besides that, that's all I have.
How's the planning commission doing?
We met last night, we set a public hearing for the, permit that Alcona Septic submitted to install tanks, and that is going to be at our next meeting, which is August 11th. And we discussed short-term rentals and had a bunch of information to kind of go through and see what other communities are doing.
Is there another septic permit or not? No? Okay.
Not that we
So that's August 11th? No, they're kind of in the bind.
I asked him if he was in a hurry,
Okay.
right?
What's that?
For August 11th?
We can't do nothing about it, can we, Anthony? Or-
Well, that's why I asked if you were in a hurry.
We could have done it sooner if you'd have answered the
It's
question.
been 3 months now.
Okay.
That was the first, well, we got it, I don't know,
No, we had no quorum last meeting. Okay.
but there, I don't know that it was in,
Yeah.
but I don't know that it, we see.
Right, I don't know. Dan may have. I don't know. Okay. Jim,
You're up. Well. Probably. Reaper one night. Yeah. Let's see. Well, yeah, I met with our state rep, Cam Cabot, on the 27th of June down at the Alcona Coffee Shop, Harrisville, and I posed a couple of questions to him specifically. What could he do, or I should say the house, what can the house and himself do to help get us a piece of military equipment at the cemetery? He seemed to be quite excited about that idea. He told me several times he wanted to be a part of that whole endeavor, so he's got my phone number, address, blood type, everything. So I haven't heard nothing, but we'll see how far this goes. Since the last meeting, there's been 2 grave markers been hit by the lawnmower. One got a chunk taken out of it. And one flagholder was damaged during one of the recent lawn mowings. I've added 2 more veterans to my list who've been recently interred in Pleasant View. Greg Allen Timrick, United States Navy, and Wilmer Clarence Tim, United States Army. So that makes 210 veterans that we have residing in Pleasantview. What was this past Friday, or Friday before, I was up checking flags, and I happened to notice that the water tote about 75 to 80% empty. I don't know, that's an awful lot of plants to be watered, or somebody's taking a bath, I don't know, Chuck's been up there or what's going on there. There's too much water
Oh, do you think they can?
going out of that tank.
It's been refilled today.
Yeah, Anthony, gotcha.
It's full.
But I was up there early this morning, and it was, well, you guys come after me. I had seen Steve and I asked him about it when we were buying the strawberries. Kudos to the Hubbard Lake Fire Department, well, you guys are right on the ball. July 27th is National Korean War Armistice Day. The National Day of Recognition to commemorate more than 35,000 service members who lost their lives during the Korean War. I thought this was quite interesting, and I hope everyone here finds it interesting, but it's a brief story that spotlights the ways that our military history weaves itself into our everyday life. In the late 1930s, Forrest Mars Sr. was traveling through Spain during the Spanish Civil War when he noticed soldiers were eating small chocolate candies with a hard sugar shell. Mars took that idea, and in 1941, he partnered with Bruce Murray, the son of Hershey Chocolate's president, to secure a steady chocolate supply. Their collaboration led to the creation of
M&M's.
M&M's. Oh, no M&M's. Now, the original M&M's were not available to the public. The M&M's were specifically made for the United States military during World War II. The sugar shell meant that the chocolate would melt in hot or humid conditions, making M&M's the perfect addition to a soldier's rations, especially in tropical climates. They were first packaged in cardboard tubes for easy transport and distribution in the field. Wartime advertisements proudly labeled M&M's as 100% at war. After World War II, returning veterans brought their love for M&M's home, and by 1947, the candy was finally made available to the public. The post-war popularity of M&M's didn't just reflect good marketing, but it reflected something deeper, a shared experience between those who served and the candy that accompanied them through war zones, foxholes, and long deployments. These M&M's may not wear a uniform, but their history is rooted in military service. They represent ingenuity under pressure, comfort in tough conditions, and the kind of simple joys that can carry us through hard days. So the next time you grab a handful of M&M's, just take a moment to remember their origins and the military members that they were created to support. Good old M&M's, created for the military. And that's all that Jimmy D has.
Good job.
Thank you. Got one bag, ain't gonna go far.
Not with Jimmy. Okay, at the last meeting and the bills to be paid, we discussed the grave that was not finished correctly, and the headstone is tipped and turned. And I was up there yesterday or the day before, and it's still exactly how it was. So we have to make a decision whether we want to have somebody fix it, pay him, what we're doing.
I think we were gonna pay him and then have somebody else fix it.
He did call, asked where his check was, and I said until the job's complete, you aren't getting paid. He said, well, I fixed it. It's not been fixed to the standard that we would expect.
I wonder if moving forward, we shouldn't take a picture.
I have a picture before and after.
Right.
Yeah, because I always
So that
send them
way
a
you
picture
can
of it.
say, this is what it needs to look like when it's done.
Yeah, I do have pictures of before and after.
Keep doing that, please.
Yeah, because I always send them a picture saying this is where you're going and these are the flags, so they know without a doubt they're at the right place when they get there.
Well, when I went up, there was, the flowers were dead, obviously, from when they buried.
Yeah, they expected that to happen,
No,
the family was aware.
I understand that part. But it was in a container. So when I picked it up to discard it, it was just a plastic floral shop.
Oh.
That was buried down in dirt, so when I picked it up, we get the whole, like,
So we filled in around it, we didn't move it any further. From what I understand, he's in the hospital.
he's in the
right now,
hospital. Yes,
So there's
yes.
nothing he can do to
No,
other than
that's up
approve.
Right, so that leaves it up to us, but you know, our lawn mowing guy is gonna get a text or a phone call about what his workers are doing, and he's responsible for them. And, so it's up to this board. I wanna get it fixed, but, you know, that's my big,
My
it's
question
embarrassing.
is how much is it gonna cost to get it fixed?
I mean, for the family, we need to get it fixed.
Well,
Oh, even if not the answer to me.
No.
What's that?
I agree with you, we don't know
Right.
it.
I mean,
Do we have any quotes yet?
I don't remember what I told you guys at the last meeting, but I will tell you that when we left here, the person wanted to just go fix it before he left town. So it needs to be fixed.
Because
Go ahead.
my thought is, if I remember
It
correctly,
was like 300 to 500.
I thought it was
That
three.
was three.
Okay, so you're
I
good.
thought it was 3. Like
Okay.
in my head, that's what
That's
stuck
fine,
out to me.
yeah. We're also out the fact that we didn't get paid to dig that grave because the family was so upset.
Yes, so we collected no funds on that. It's gonna cost the township.
So it's already cost us $600.
Well,
Fine.
right now, it's cost us nothing because we paid no money. We got nothing coming in, but we got nothing going
Right,
out.
but I'm saying if we pay him, so whatever, yeah. And we did we
I don't
get,
think we should pay him and then pay somebody else to fix it. I understand that he's sick, but he was there when he did the job. Or
Here's
his
the
crew was
other
there when
thing.
he did the job. It should have been done that day.
it should have been done that day, and also if it
And
was
we gave
me,
him a month.
when we were in the excavating business, we would have subbed it to somebody. If we couldn't do it, we would have called somebody and said, hey, how much, go fix it. But that's beside the point. I mean, he still dug the grave. If it's $600, should we give him 3 and pay somebody $300 to fix it, finish it?
So I would be okay with that.
Okay,
That's what I was leaning towards.
okay.
He did do some work, but at the same time, we never collected it, so
I know. I say we give him half, cut our losses and move forward. And get it fixed. What do you think, Jim? Good? All Jim cares is that we get it
You do
fixed.
that?
No. Yeah, it's long overdue, it's been what, a month or?
Yeah, we gave him a
At least
month.
over a month. because-
Yeah.
well, the family called me, they wanted to come up next week and clean it up, like.
Yeah.
They're ready to come up and clean it up, and I don't think that should be.
Yeah. No, and that's not gonna be easy to lift.
Can you get it
Yes,
done in the next week?
yes.
Now, we did run into a situation last week, with the Wilmer Tim,
Yeah, yeah.
and those darn lilac bushes. I made the statement to the stepson that I'm gonna clean that headstone and re-level it, but the lilac's coming out of it. And he said, well, you better talk to my sister. So the sister comes down and she says, I told her, I said, I'm gonna cut that down. Oh, she said, no, wait a minute. She said, I think the Coleman family decided that, she said. So now they're getting real, it's an obsession with that lilac bush, but it's beginning to heave the one side up from the roots.
Well, Jim,
And I was coming in there with my
We've been in there
chainsaw,
a
and I'm
long,
gonna take
long
it
time,
down.
Cindy. 500 years.
yeah, but our guidelines say that the Caledonia Township Board reserves the right to remove or trim any tree, plant, or shrub located within the cemetery in the interest of maintaining appearance and the use of the cemetery and surrounding plots. So we can do it, but at the price of making them mad. Do you have a phone number for the family?
No, I don't have no number. Three of them got my number, now ain't nobody called. Even Chad and Ben, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them a call and see if I can get the numbers, if we can try and work it out. I don't wanna just because we can go in and do it.
No.
I'd rather have a conversation, or try a conversation first, but ultimately,
There's a guy, one of the family members was taking his shoe and going up and down the headstone trying to knock that algae and mold off. That's kind of disrespectful. If you cut that lilac out of there, that stuff wouldn't grow.
I had somebody up there that I met that has 3 or 4, at least 4 graves that they're adopting. And they're gonna be up there cleaning this next couple of weeks. And one of them is that grave with the big circle of ivy and lilies.
Oh, the
Ben,
McCory.
yeah, the one that Ben adopted.
Yeah.
He's gonna be tackling that when he gets done with my project.
Doreen Noble.
Okay. So we're gonna, do we need a motion to pay him 300 and hire somebody else to finish it for
and if
300?
we're gonna pay,
Who are we paying to finish it?
are we paying them next month, or are we gonna pay
Probably
them?
aren't paying it now,
I'll make a motion to pay Kevin Newhouse the $300 immediately, and to
Authorize 300 to clean it up.
pay $300 to get the cleanup finished, to be completed as soon as possible.
Motion's been made and seconded to pay Kevin Newhouse $300 and to authorize $300 to clean up and complete the grave as it should be. All in favor? Aye.
Alright.
Thank you, guys. All right, I sent all of you the road contract for Mount Moriah Road. He sent me a revised one in case we decide to sign it, if you want to look at it quick. I've got 3 copies if anybody needs to see it. I think we bring in about $130,000 a year for millage. And as near as I can figure, when we get done, we're gonna be, because we've already put 60 in it. So that puts us over 300,000 for that road. That's almost 3 years of millage money. So it's very possible that the only road that gets done for the next 3 years is Mount Moriah, that one section of Mount Moriah Road. The road commission is letting us pay another $92,000 this year and then almost $300,000 next year. They bid it for all 3 townships that Mount Moriah goes through, hoping that we would get a lower bid price because of the quantity. Also, when they do the painting, they're gonna move the lines in and hope it makes people slow down. Helps people to slow down. How much was that check to the road commission? Is it in this bill to be paid or the last one? I have the contract.
I mean, right here, I have the signed contract.
Okay. Because I think Anthony's gonna add it all up.
I was just curious.
61,466.
If they paid the 92 this year, then the balance would be 194.
Yeah, and it should be in there somewhere. Yeah, it's down there. So next year, we're gonna be $70,000 over.
I
But
think I looked at what we had in the road fund.
we have extras. It's not a lot.
You know, it was like, $10,000, I think.
But I think Haley, am I wrong, we'll be adding road fund millage money out of the taxes
Right.
this year, so that's 130, and then next year, on the 3rd year, we'll be adding it again. But hopefully on the 3rd year, we can do some.
Is this our worst road?
Yes, it's the worst road in our township, and it's basically, I didn't think it was that bad, but I don't know.
So are there gonna be other roads in the next 2 years that are?
Our roads, compared to other townships, I'm told are the best. and that we've done a great, which we have done a great job of repairing. My only concern was that some of that milling comes up and I can't use it, I won't be happy.
Some of the what?
Millings, because we've got some roads that need millings.
What now?
That's what I'm just saying, we don't have them now, but if.
We haven't had them in like 4 years since we did Gillard Road and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know if you anticipated.
No, I'm just
no, she
saying.
just says if it comes up, she won't be able to use it.
Yeah. It won't make me happy. So it's up to the board.
So we're gonna pay 92 this year
Mhm.
and then 194 next year.
Mhm.
And there's no way to split that out in 26 and then 27.
We can ask, but I think that we have the money. You know, we still have 130 going in, we got 260,000 or more going into what we have right now.
96 is, yeah, I was gonna say the top 10.
So we'll have enough to cover it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
So the
2027 will be the next time we can look at a contract.
no, we can still, if we have money.
Yeah, because
We're still gonna be putting
you're gonna be
130 in
adding,
there.
we have it right now, we could pay the whole thing right now. But they're
Okay.
only asking for 92 this year. So by the time next year rolls around, we're gonna have this year's taxes.
In it, with it, okay.
And next year we'll have that year's
So it's
tax.
not coming out of savings, not coming
No,
out of.
it's not.
That's the road fund.
No, it's just gonna get us a little bit low and we're gonna build it back up.
Okay.
See, we used to have,
Fixed roads, so.
yeah, well, we used to have 2 millages, if you recall. There was a 1 mill and a half mill. But the past clerk failed to tell the board that we needed to renew it. You were a trustee at the
Oh,
time.
yeah, that was the year that,
That was our, yeah, and we didn't know, we had just come on the board, nobody told us nothing, until it was too late. But the county sent an email to the clerk saying this has gotta be renewed, and by the time we figured it out, it was too late. So we'd be in really good shape, but I think it's better that we don't ask for the money and we make it with what we have.
I mean, as long as we're doing okay, which we are.
We are, yeah,
okay.
I think we're doing great.
So are the other 2 townships doing this?
Yes,
They are, okay,
Yeah.
they committed to
For
it?
sure. The Konos meeting's tonight too.
that was my understanding, because Alcona's putting up in their township, they're putting those signs up too.
What signs?
The lighted
The
traffic,
7,000.
yeah,
Those things don't work.
I think so, not for the money.
Makes my husband look faster.
I went through Luzerne today and those wasn't even working.
They're everywhere now.
That's the bad part, is the
That's the
maintenance
thing,
on
it was
it.
like the middle of the day, sunny, they're not, it wasn't working.
Mhm. The other thing they told me is you gotta have to either take them down in the winter or have somebody go out and blow the snow off of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
So, this price is contingent on all 3 townships too.
okay.
So if we make a motion and not, the other 2 don't do it, we would just have to amend our motion
Mhm.
next meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Do you need that on a roll call?
For the amount spent, yes, I think we should.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to enter into contract agreement number CL 2502 with Alcona County Road Commission to redo Mount Moriah Road.
I need to sign this one.
Yeah, you can sign it, well,
Well,
yeah,
which one do you want me to sign?
just sign that one and pass it back up here. And then Cindy and I'll get it, and then I'll send it to him tomorrow. Motion's been made and seconded. Cindy, you want to do a roll call, please?
And yeah, Anthony Sobek,
Yes.
Haley Rondo,
Yes.
Tom Tice,
Yes.
Cindy Axie,
Yes.
and I say yes.
Motion carried.
Hopefully Alcona does it, because if we did it positive, that'd be worse than.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I sent you guys a bid sheet that he sent me. It's in that email. I think it could be not, I don't know.
Oh, just real quick, if anyone knows our website goes down, let me know. Because every year without fail, whenever we pay up front for our posting site, they always say they don't get the check and then I gotta send it to them and it's a big ordeal. So if anyone notices the site go down, let me know. It just happens every year without fail. And it's in the bills to be paid, so I feel like it's gonna happen.
Okay. Also in the bills to be paid, I believe, is our insurance bill. And it's high.
Monstrous.
It's way higher than we thought. I talked to our agent. They cannot price check, they can't get bids for insurance, anything for us until the Monthy Ridge lawsuit is done. And
So I
that,
can't even shop around.
they can't shop around, we can't shop around because we have an outstanding claim. I did talk to the attorney regarding that, because it's an appeals court. We have the insurance company sent me an email, we have a different attorney now. There was a switch in the ownership or something, but he was really nice. He had a lot of good to say, and it's a trespassing claim, and like he said, what could we have possibly damaged? The grass? But our insurance is like $11,000 this year. So until that gets settled, we can't bring it down, we can't do anything. I think Cindy sent us all a proposal to buy out our lease on the cell phone tower.
She sent that by email first. So,
And I'm gonna suggest that we wait till our attorney gives his input on it.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have a big chunk of cash, but I don't wanna make sure we're not making a mistake. What's
I
that?
guess what's the difference?
The part that concerns me is the not to be renewed. You know, there's two ways of looking at it. It could be that in 10 years they don't need cell phone towers and we won't get any more rent. Or we could take this lump sum for a 20-year rent. I know, so that's why I kind of would like an expert opinion. And if they're not gonna renew it after 20 years, I don't know. Is that what you're reading?
no, I don't know what this means, but it came with that bill for shared partners today. And it says I need to sign it and return it, but I don't know what I'm reading.
Okay, we did have to read.
Yeah.
This has got to do with the underwriters.
Okay.
Okay. So, any suggestions on that?
I'd be curious to see what the attorney says.
Yeah, me too.
I think we should table this until we hear from him, because there's a
Then we
lot
can
of,
make a little better decision, I think.
I think so too.
a lot
Feel
of,
more comfortable with our decision.
there's a lot of legal lingo being used that I don't know how to interpret, therefore, and before, like, it just, yeah, kind of crazy. So, table?
Yep. I debated saying anything to you guys. Firstly, myself, I support the community center. I support the library. I used to be on that board. But I'm a little bit upset about the fact that they have presented a proposal to our fire department. My understanding from the old timers is that the community association was originally set up to get our fire department, the bingo, the fundraisers, to get the fire department built up. Unfortunately for the fire department, I believe the deed is in the community association's name to the property. And they are trying to separate themselves. And the community association has proposed to the fire department that they pay $500 a month to rent the footprint that the fire department building is sitting on. And if the community center has to pay property taxes, the fire department pay half of them. And the fire department's tax exempt. And the community association has been riding on that tax exemption all along until the new building. But beside the point, I'm just upset because I don't know what to do with that. The fire department turned it down, thankfully. But there's got to be a better way. Plus they have to put their well in, which I conveyed to them repeatedly that that would be done. I'm just discouraged. They have these little meetings. Cindy got an email. There was rumblings about us changing the wording on the millage because they thought the money should go to the community association. Instead of fire department.
Fire department millage would go to the community center.
Yeah,
So this
I
is,
understand that that's what it used to go through the community center, but
yeah.
at the end of the day, the fire department is what should get it. So as long as it's getting it either from us or whatever, then
well, this is what I explained to them, so they wanted to know why we quit paying the community center and started paying the fire department. There was no real reason, other than I could find in the minutes where
Invoice.
Sarah Rowe made a motion to pay the Hubbard Lake Volunteer Fire Department, so that's who I paid, because that was the motion. And then we've always paid them since then, so there was, and it should go directly to the fire department.
But it's how it's invoiced.
Yes, and it was
It
how
used
it's
to be-
invoiced.
it
We got
used-
a
yeah.
fire department invoice.
Yeah.
We didn't get a community center invoice. So, they kinda said that they went up and talked to Stephanie Eller up at the county and wanted to know the wording on our millage because they thought half of that belonged to them, since they're the community center and they were then part of the fire department. And I said, no, the millage says
It's
that
Caledonia
Caledonia
Township.
Township is collecting it for fire protection in our township. In other words, we could hire Midland Fire Department to cover us. Not that we would, and it doesn't make sense, but as long as it's for fire protection here. So the community center themselves is not offering that, the fire department is. And it can be used for any fire department, hence why we do Sanborn and other places, like the board decides where that goes. And she said that she was told that at Algonquin County.
But they still
But
push.
still wanted to know why we quit paying them and paid the fire department.
I didn't like the comment about having to involve the police in the state of Michigan.
Yeah.
We have never done anything to that millage other than fix the wording for renewal.
Yeah, we put renewal in.
And we don't use that money for anything but fire protection services. And sometimes people think they have a lot of money because they have $1 million in there. But one truck is over $500,000. It doesn't take long.
it's a turnout gear.
Yeah, the turnout gear is, what does a turnout gear cost?
5,000 plus helmet, boots, 6,000. If you put an air pack on and a radio, you're 20 grand a person easy.
Yeah.
20 grand a person.
That's what I mean. It doesn't take long to spend.
It's gone.
Money.
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody would want to take money from the fire department.
That's
That's
my, so I just
seems
kind of,
kind of greedy, but
I'm going to try that offer now.
that's.
we were at the meeting, Phyllis. These meetings should be in public, that's my, when I go to the community association meeting, I won't hear it.
Are your meetings recorded? Are your meetings recorded? So everybody can see?
on minutes, they're posted.
Well, anybody can write whatever they
But
want.
these
on
aren't.
minutes. If I could go watch it on YouTube.
But Phyllis, you wouldn't have heard that in a meeting. This was a meeting that somebody requested her to attend, where 3 members of that board came. It wasn't a regular meeting. And then one of the first questions was, are the cameras on?
And we didn't have 3 of our board, so it wasn't a special meeting. It was just Cindy, I, and then 3 from their board.
Yeah.
I don't know if they fall under the same requirements.
I don't think so, they're not government. But Anthony wouldn't have learned this in the meeting. Anyways, I just wanted to address
Or
it.
when they talked to Mike a week or 2 ago,
Yeah,
we wouldn't have seen that in your meeting either.
There's no minutes on those meetings or conversations.
Yeah, it's all under the table of meetings that you guys had.
I mean, I'd like to know
Yeah, they are.
how you guys all came up with the idea to make this proposal.
Is that in your meeting minutes? When you guys talked about wanting to go talk to Mike about this last thing?
talk to Mike.
No, I'm just saying, the community
Is that
association
in the
minutes.
meeting minutes where you guys discussed it? That's what I'm asking.
I realize they're short of funds. I understand that, but there's gotta be a better way to come up with money. Taking advantage of the fire department isn't. All you're gonna do is drive them away, and I don't think that's right. They have a beautiful building and they do a fantastic job. I love our fire department and I made it very clear. I go in there, it's spotless, their equipment is kept up. The fire chief is amazing about managing money. I have no complaints with our fire department. We're lucky to have them.
Very lucky.
I mean, this past weekend, it was hotter than heck, and they're all standing on the side of the road because there's a down power line, sweating in their gear. And nobody complained. And they just went to a fire in the morning.
In the same spot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just wish it could be a better separation.
I do too. I assumed, and I was wrong, that it would be a 50-50, and I was wrong.
To me, it's, this is yours, that's what you've done, this is what we've done, wish you well.
Okay, Mr. Yox isn't here tonight, but he said he didn't have really anything important. Bills to be paid. Everybody's had a chance to review them?
Yep, keep in mind, we're adding that one that we already approved earlier in the minutes.
Yep, yes. And that's the only one?
Yep, it'll be check 8032.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills with the additional check number 8032.
Is that two though?
Who's it to? Kevin knows.
Oh, no, I meant two, but we're not doing that at 300 day.
I'm not
Right.
seeing the invoices.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
once the job's complete.
Just confirming that, I guess.
Motion's been made to approve the bills with addition of check 8032. All in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Do we have any board comments? Anything else anybody wants to add?
No, but Haley, I did get a lot of calls thinking about that tax letter, and a few even said, I hope you guys do that every time. There's a lot of information that they didn't know about, and they don't necessarily read our minutes, and they said, if it's not on Facebook, I don't
Yeah,
do
it
it.
wasn't in minutes either.
Right?
So, how to pay. where
How to
pay.
pay, and drop boxes, and locations, and I got a lot of calls on dust control, didn't know it was a thing.
I'm curious if you hear anything about the BSNA.
Money
payments?
yeah.
Have you gotten anything through there?
Yeah, with a lot, but it's coming through not BSNA. I mean, it's all like connected,
Okay,
but it's
so you're getting through the old system still?
through the new system, but BSNA isn't like updating that I'm supposed to upload it.
Yeah.
Like, it's supposed to send me an import so that it goes
Okay.
to everybody's, and it keeps saying that there's zero, but I know there's money going into the tax account. I'm keeping close monitor on it, but I'm just curious if you hear
If it's
anything.
more user-friendly.
Yes, because there's already a lot of payments coming in that way, which is really ideal.
Yeah.
But it's just, but I also know BSNA is having a lot of trouble with their new system and cloud and customer service, because apparently they were, so I'm just curious how that will all, hopefully it's all positive that if you hear stuff.
I haven't heard anything yet.
I'm thinking that I would like to get a hold of Suter and send the newsletters to him and have him add a, so if you're not a taxpayer, you can still go to the website and read the newsletters?
So I did have him add the tax, the frequently asked,
Yeah.
the second page, the back page is on the tax tab.
Okay.
But the front page, like Cindy's stuff and the other stuff that we did is not on there.
Okay,
So if we wanted to add the front page.
all right. I think we can add both of them under newsletter. So one of us in two places.
Right, yeah.
Okay. All right. Any other comments? Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor? Aye. Motion carried.
Is there a shop fee for using the I didn't see the newsletter, so is there a fee for taxes on it?
Yes. It's, I forget what it is, so I think it's like 2.something%.
I'll mail this in.
For 319. I have to look it up for sure. But it's,
It's representational things.
yeah. And it's also the same
are very close or less constructive, or also my God.
Yeah,
Yeah. I make sure that before I'm.
Yeah, anything to say.
Yes, it should clear, so why